How's it going? This is my music journal for Sunday, June 30th, 2024. A few things have changed in the studio since last month's journal entry, if you saw it. I've been making my first attempts to do some acoustic treatment of this space for recording and also for mixing. Exhibit A is this big piece of foam that has been in storage as sort of a guest bed, and I'm holding it up against the wall with this Portuguese guitar and a tack in the wall, so hopefully it'll stay for now. And then I put this pillow here to try to stop any sort of reverberation in that corner there. And then the third thing is that I put the monitors up on these two kombucha boxes, and because I think they were reverberating off the table a little bit and giving me a lot of bass and low end. So those are my three acoustic treatments. And then I've also scattered some laundry around the space, which is I would have done that anyway, but I think it's helping kind of warm up the sound here. So I have a lot to learn about this. One of my mentors, Jeff, was telling me that I should do a proper sort of frequency scan where I use a tone generator and I walk around the room and I check for reverberation or for, I forget what the word is, frequencies that are too loud. So that's the next step. I'm going to learn how to do that. So anyway, I've been just getting really deep down the recording rabbit hole, and I just today finished my playlist for July, which I'm going to be releasing this coming Friday, so stay tuned for that. And I got 5 new tunes, all originals, and so I just put this one together that I call Grasshopper, and it is a tune that I wrote on my loop station, and I've used Ableton to sort of replicate how I would play it on the loop station, but I'm sort of just copying, pasting the loop parts instead of playing it on the loop pedal live. But it came out reasonably well. The lead parts, I'm going to redo the lead parts and try to make it more spacious and play sort of more tastefully with less notes. But that's next time. For now, I'm just going to have to leave it as it is. And let's see. So as far as the recording workflow, I guess one of the big things is I've just been learning how to use all these plugins and these emulations of old vintage hardware, and that's been really fun. And it's made interacting with Ableton much more enjoyable. For example, here I'll demonstrate this. I don't know if you can really see this. For example, I've got this sort of replication of this old plate reverb that I'm using on the guitars to try to give the guitars a little warmth and a little space. And let's see, what else do I have? Let's open the master track. I've got this this old tape machine. It's kind of a emulation of sort of a analog tape warmth. And so anyway, it's just really fun to use these things, and I think to my ears, my sort of relatively untrained ears, it's making the sound so much more interesting and just warmer and richer, and I think it sounds so much better. The other thing that I just started getting into as I try to take my recording game up a notch is looking for examples of nylon or classical guitar that recordings that sound like I want my music to sound, as far as the sound quality and sort of the style and the flavor. And so I found I'll put the links in the video description of like the top 3 or 4 that I'm really being inspired by. But I guess I would say probably the sound that I think most captures how I want my guitar to sound is a Jose Gonzalez album from 2003 called Veneer. And the first track in that album starts, it's called Slow Moves. And that guitar sound, it just sounds really, really lovely to me and really present and balanced. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but here it is. So yeah, I just think that sounds so good, and it's so just real and present and it just sounds amazing to me. So I'm gonna try to make my guitar sound more like that and use that as kind of a yardstick to be able to listen to my track and say, oh, how similar to that does it sound? For example, I'll give you a preview of our next playlist here. So my track really sounds, that's a tune in 5. That's the second one off the coming playlist that I wrote last year. And, so my track sounds distinctly different from sort of that warm sound of the Jose Gonzalez track. So, but I feel like I'm getting there. I feel like I like the sound. I think it sounds good. And so it's just a fun journey to explore, like, okay, what would it take for me to make it sound more like that? Yeah. So not quite as warm. I mean, I think it sounds great. I think it sounds really nice. It's very listenable, but his is much warmer. And then another album that I actually found a few years ago, and I just dug it back up again, is by Nino Josele. I don't know if I'm saying that right. He's a great Spanish flamenco player. And this album is, I'll put a link to this for sure. It's very dry. There's not a whole lot of reverb. It feels just very natural. But I really like the sound of it. And I actually feel like my sound is getting closer to that. So that's been a really fun little process for me to explore. And just really trying to dive deeper in the sound quality journey. And I'm really hoping that I can get the courage to take some of these tunes and record and mix them and get some insights from some, professional, engineers and mixers. I'm hoping to find someone to guide me and just kind of help me get it to the quality level that I can put it out on the streaming platforms. And I'd really love to release, at least a handful of tracks this summer, hopefully by August, or maybe September at the latest. So that's a goal of mine. I'm really hoping I can do that. So anyway, lots going on. It's really exciting. I'm really excited about the creative process, and the other thing that I've been really enjoying is I started playing the cajon a little bit this past month or so, and starting to record with it, and I feel like I'm getting some really good tone with the cajon. And so I've got that on my playlist as well, my very first track here. I don't know if you can hear it. It's kind of low in the mix. But yeah, I'm getting that nice fat cajon sound, and that's so exciting, and I'm getting a lot of practice playing, trying to be on time. So yeah, so anyway, it's been really great experience, all of it, just having so much fun. Feel so grateful to have some decent equipment and be able to get to do this, and making time for it. One of the things that I'm going to really focus on in the next month or two, in addition to getting these recordings out, is starting to book some more gigs and repackage my live show using some of these other instruments, and looping some of the bass and drums from Ableton and the cajon, and maybe try to bring some singing back in. So that's a few of the things on the radar. So thanks so much for tuning in if you got this far, and stay tuned for the new playlist next week. It's going to be awesome. I'm really happy about all 5 of those tunes. A nice variety of things. And one of the few tunes that hasn't made it on my playlist yet, at least not in its entirety, I recorded a little tiny snippet of it on one of the playlists, is my tune Starlings, which goes like this. Let me try that outro again. All right, obviously I haven't practiced that song in quite a while. It's super technical, and the outro is really hard. Gonna have to work on that. Anyway, maybe I'll play that one for my August playlist for y'all, and I will definitely practice it before then. All right, well, hope everyone's having a wonderful weekend. It's really hot in Virginia, so wherever you are, hope you're staying cool, comfortable, inspired. Thanks for watching. See you next time.